Guys, listen, I've had the shock of my life over the last few days, and you don't even want to know why. In fact, do you know what? I'm going to tell you. I put a post out on Twitter about DMA cheats, and I was shocked to see the amount of people in the comment section that didn't really understand them and how they work and what they are, right? So today, we're going to go into a little bit of a deep dive on DMAs. And by deep dive, I mean I'm just going to, talk to you guys like you don't understand and explain the generic reason for DMAs. So, hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, but let's crack on with it. So I put a post out about DMA cheats a couple of days ago, right? We're just going to scroll back a little bit. Here it is, okay? I said DMA cheats changed the game. There's no way for anti-cheats to legitimately detect them. Call of Duty is dead. If you aren't cheating, you're just ruining your mental health. COD gaming is no longer fun. Now, I just want to be clear about something. When I say if you aren't cheating, you're just ruining your mental health, that's not me telling you guys to go and cheat. Yeah? What I'm saying is, because of the amount of cheaters already in existence in the game, if you're trying to just better yourself by playing legitimate every single day, and maybe you're a streamer who's putting in the grind every single day, you're just going to batter your mental health. Because once you hit that certain point where you're above average and you're doing better, boom, you're in lobbies with cheaters and they're going to keep knocking you back down and knocking you back down. And there is no real way to truly compete against cheaters without some form of cheating, whether that be buying DMAs, whether that be downloading cheats, or whether that be downloading a VPN, right? Or some form of two-box method, reverse boost method. It's an absolute joke. And it only seems to be majority of these problems that, get bypassed in Call of Duty. So we'll go to the comment section now. And obviously there's a couple of trolls in there and stuff. But even people like this Bolo here, what's DMA cheats, right? There's a couple of comments like this. And a lot of people truly don't understand what DMA cheats actually are. And that's what kind of shocks me, is that I've been talking about DMAs for a very long time and still people don't understand it. There was actually somebody who came in and explained a little bit about how they themselves have a channel for like explaining DMA cheats, right, and how they work and so on, which I find quite annoying. But the reality is there are people out there showing how they, like, giving people like a how to use DMA cheats for dummies video, and that means that anyone and their nan can install DMA cheats and run with it. And basically they've gone on to say that, in fact, I'll find that tweet now and we'll read it. So this is the comment here by Tabsware. This is a guy who runs a YouTube channel that is actually very successful, but he's explaining about cheats on the videos. He says, I have community note access. I'm reading the purposed note on this tweet. It's some of the most cope shit about Ricochet I've ever seen. Ricochet factually does not check for PCIe devices at all. DMA with no customized firmware has always worked on COD. This is coming from a guy with an hour-long DMA breakdown with actual ownership and experience with using them on YouTube, right? And then he goes on to say, added context for Ricochet, as at its current state, yes, DMA is impossible to detect unless they make changes, and COD has been cooked for the last 4 years. When was the last time we felt like Ricochet anti-cheat made any changes where they were actually able to detect things? All they seem to do is rinse and repeat, where they ban accounts who are using the most generic downloadable cheats available, or an unlock tool, or even a spoofer, right? And that's the only way to do it. And the only real accounts that get banned in these ban waves are people who, are rage hacking and have 100 or 1,000 accounts waiting for them. All them accounts get caught up in the ban. However, we're going to go into showing you what DMA cheats actually are now, for those who are still sitting there scratching their head. Why are these different to downloadable cheats? Let's get into it now. Okay, so DMA cheats, this is just a generic website that I've found, right? And it simply shows you the devices that you buy. So when you download cheats and inject them into the game, that is all running on the same hardware that the game's running on. And if ever an anti-cheat is going to try and detect something, it will scan for tracer files, meaning that, the cheats running in the background whilst the game's active, or maybe there's some sort of the detection where they catch them at a later date. However, what you're doing with this is you're installing devices, as you can see on these images here. I'm not going to explain what each one does, because again, I'm not here to teach you guys how to cheat. But you install the devices, and what that essentially does is takes away that stress and that risk of having downloaded cheats on your hardware, on your PC, where you have the game installed and running. And this allows you to run the cheats externally from said PC, meaning that if ever the anti-cheat is going to try and do a scan for any sort of cheats or anything that shouldn't be there, third-party programs, for example, spoofers or unlocker tools, as well as aimbot and wall hacks, it's not going to find anything because they're on these devices and not on your hardware. Okay, so let's have a look now at what DMA cheats look like in action. So this is just a generic video. Again, I believe it's actually from the same website we've just been looking at. I did find this on Google, so we're just going to watch it through now.
Hi, this is DMA Cheats. Now you will see our cheat for Call of Duty using with KM Box and Fuser. To run this cheat you will need 2 computers, a DMA card with firmware, the cheat itself, and also KM Box for aimbot and Fuser to display wallhack and menu on the main monitor. You can learn more about how it all works and also buy it on our website, dmacheats.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube and our Telegram channel. There is a lot of useful information about DMA cheats published there. And now you can just watch gameplay with our cheat in Call of Duty Warzone.
So far, I'm saying that even the way this guy's moving around, it looks like he's just trolling, I suppose, or never played the game before. I don't know. But with that extra information, even somebody who doesn't even know how to run in the game, right, or slide, can get kills. Look at the added extra information. Same as wall hacks, but guess what? You're not going to get detected. Absolutely crazy, isn't it? Got shot at first, but guess what? The aimbot, kicks in, and off you go. Oh, and he's dead. That's unfortunate, isn't it? But this is the reality of it, guys. So what you're seeing here, if you just look below the screen, he's got these devices, right? Which is what you could see on the website earlier, along with the PCIe card, which is where the DMAs will be installed. And what I'm saying is when these are all running, they are undetectable. But if you did hear him mention at the start of this video that you would need a second PC to run them from, right? Because what that does is it takes it away from your hardware. Okay, there's no way Ricochet anti-cheat are able to detect this, and the reason I'll say this is because the Ricochet anti-cheat, I believe, has been active for 4 years, even though Call of Duty Warzone's been around for 5. So Ricochet was incorporated in its 2nd year, and we're still dealing with people running downloadable undetected hacks. So if there's cheats running undetected that are downloadable and literally installed on the hardware that's running the game, how do you think Ricochet is going to be able to detect external cheats that aren't even anywhere near to the game? So I go back to my initial statement on Twitter where I said, if you're not cheating, you're just ruining your mental health. I just don't really comprehend how people don't see that others are cheating in the game. There are still people out there who believe that they're really good at the game. There are people like this, who you've just seen in this actual cheat demonstration, who are using cheat and still can't get 10 kills, right? Now, they're people who are genuinely not really good gamers. So maybe they need cheats to get 5-6 kills, You know, are they going to be a big problem for somebody who's like a 1+ KD? Certainly not. You're still probably going to be able to get the better of them. As we saw in that video, the guy died and almost died another 4 or 5 times, running over bloody bouncing betties and stuff. Get a grip of yourself. However, what I'm trying to say is, if you put these cheats in a really good player's hands, or even just a mid-level 1 to 1.5 KD player's hands, they're going to become pretty much unstoppable 99% of the time. DMA cheats aren't even the future. They're already happening, and they've been happening for a very long time. It's only becoming public now, and all these websites are starting to really push DMA cheats because they realise it's a big market for them and that they're going to make a lot of money. And because they're undetected, and because of how many detections there has been, and because of all these empty threats that we keep hearing from Activision about Team Ricochet, well, it pries on the fear, right? So people want to be the best in the game. They want to compete. They've seen streamers compete for big chunks of money and get away with it for years. So why the hell wouldn't they want to get involved and have a piece of that pie and get some money out of it and become a streamer with a 5 KD, constantly winning games with their cheats on, when they know they're not going to get detected? Because Ricochet is nowhere near good enough to detect the DMA cheats. Do you understand? DMA cheats in Call of Duty have always been and will always be undetectable unless what Tabsware says and they do something and really book their ideas up with Ricochet anti-cheat. But I can't see that happening based on the history of their updates. Oh, we're going to make players go invisible. Oh, we're going to disappear your gun, right? Oh, we'll add extra fall damage to cheaters. That's all they've got. That is literally all they've got. And they tried to make them these big things. It just didn't happen. So yes, I stand by my statement that DMA cheats have taken over already and they've ruined the gaming experience for me and for many others. I think people need to wake up and really realise that when you're getting into certain level lobbies, you're not just getting outplayed, you are getting cheated against. And a lot of people are starting to join up and actually buy DMAs. You won't catch me buying them, but listen, each to their own at this point. Call of Duty, Activision, Ricochet, they don't care about us. So why should we care about their game? Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. And hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our future uploads. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace!